What's up, fools? It's time for a little update video. I'm absolutely terrible at these things, so apologies in advance for how terrible it is. I'd like to do a little video just to talk about projects that were abandoned and will never be made. I mean, if any of these sound particularly good to you, and you ask very, very nicely, then I will maybe, possibly, probably not consider it. Because just due to the work involved in making these. So these are all projects that were going to happen at some point, and for whatever reason they were abandoned. So let's start at the beginning. Obviously I kept I keep all my projects quiet and to myself until I actually launch them. So I thought, well, you know, no one's ever going to hear about these unless I talk about them. So let's start with the first one. So the first project that got abandoned was going to be a Pokemon Let's Play. It was going to be what's known as a Nuzlocke. And for those who don't know, a Nuzlocke run means that you have to catch the first Pokemon on every route that you go to, and that's the only Pokemon you're allowed to get. So you can only catch one Pokemon per new area, and if one of your Pokemon faints in battle, then that counts as them dying, so you have to release them. So it's very, very difficult, and I've never done it. And another aspect of it that I was going to do was that it was going to be a randomized Nuzlocke. For those who don't know what that is, a randomizer basically allows you to tweak certain aspects of the Pokemon games, and in the case of the randomizer, what you can do especially is you can make it so that any Pokemon can appear in any area at any level. You can specifically tweak which Pokemon show up in which area, I believe, but I was just going to sort of, you know, just make it completely random, with the exception of starting with a Slowpoke, because you can actually pick what Pokemon you're going to start with. But that was like 3 years ago. I hinted at doing that, and the reason it got abandoned is because the whole reason for it was that it was going to be like a testing ground for edits, for video editing, for a little bit of extra pizzazz. But as time went on, I did a lot of Super Nintendo two-parters and other projects that did eventually use edits. So then I just thought, doing Pokemon seems kind of redundant now. I don't really need to do it anymore. And what else was I going to say about it? Yeah, so, and I also think that Pokemon Let's Plays are incredibly boring. Like, I'm call me a hypocrite, but I don't really enjoy watching Let's Plays, period. I'd rather watch something without commentary. But Pokemon is really bad. It's just, you know, it's a lot of people, it's just a lot of training and faffing about and catching the Pokemon and coming up with a name for them and reading the dialogue, and it's just not fun. So that's not going to happen. So that's been cancelled. The next project that got cancelled, it was called NerdQuest X. For those who know me personally, I did videos when I was like, I think I was 12 when I made the first one, and it was just making fun of internet nerds. And what I was going to do, which I alluded to at the very end of the Super Metroid Let's Play, I alluded to the fact that I was going to make a final NerdQuest video, just to end it forever. And what I was going to do was it was going to be a playthrough of Mega Man X, and I was going to play the character of Artemis Benetton, the biggest nerd in the galaxy. And then I did the race of Mega Man X with Idolmaster, so I thought, one, that's far too much fucking work, making a whole feature-length Let's Play filled with edits and a script and all that. And I thought, no one's even going to watch it, so what's the point? So NerdQuest X is not happening. So there's that. What else we got here? I've got a little list here of all the things I was gonna do at some point. Yeah, so I've also abandoned doing a Metroid Prime 2 Let's Play. I really had my heart set on doing that because I thought it would be perfect, because I don't want to do a Let's Play of the original Metroid Prime, because I think that's a game you really should be playing for yourself rather than watch some idiot from Scotland play it. But then I played through Metroid Prime 2 on my emulator, and it would not a good Let's Play make. There's so much running around confused and lost, and it would just take fucking forever. So that's also been abandoned. I do intend to maybe do some video on Metroid in the future. I've no idea which game I would do though, because Metroid Prime and Super Metroid are my two staples, and I've done videos on both of those. So maybe that won't happen at all. Okay, well, that was all. I think that's every project that got abandoned. I was actually going to do a Let's Play of Resident Evil 0 HD, but that also has been abandoned. I'm just going to do that for streams, I think. I know not many people tend to come to my streams where I do horror games, because you're all fucking pussies. I'm only kidding. So, whether or not the Resident Evil 0 stream is even going to finish is anyone's guess, to be honest. So yeah, I should really probably get back to work on Resident Evil Code Veronica X, but I can't. I'm stuck at the very first hurdle. I need to think of some funny edits involving spiders, and I can't think of anything. I've tried for. I recorded the last Code Veronica back in bloody December, and I still haven't made a start on it. Well, I have made some kind of start on it, but I haven't included any edits yet. So that'll be coming eventually. I'm just getting lazier and lazier and lazier. I could go on at length about how I was going to do a series based on original Nintendo games. I was going to call it NES Quick. Haha, get it? Because I was only going to do one part of each game, so it's quick and it's like the chocolate milk and it's funny, and you know. So that I don't think that's going to happen. I was also going to do a series on PlayStation 1 games and Nintendo 64 games, much like Living with Autism, just two-parters. But I'm afraid I simply can't be bothered. It's not just that, it's just that I'm a lot busier these days than I used to be. So I can't really dedicate the time to videos as much as before. So I'm generally going to stick to doing one Let's Play, 2 Let's Plays at a push at a time. So that's the way it's going to go down, I'm afraid. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. As I say, if oh, there was one more thing I forgot to mention. I am considering doing a video on the... no, I shouldn't spoil it. I'm considering doing a video series on my favourite video game character. And it's going to involve scripting and getting actors to voice act the characters. But it sounds like so much work that I don't know if it's ever going to happen. I've got all the footage I need for it pretty much, but that's as far as I've gotten with it. I've recorded all the footage and I've come up with like a couple of jokes, but nothing, you know, special. Anyway, this has went on far too long, so yeah, you get the idea. That's the graveyard of projects. If any of them sound extra appealing to you, then beg hard enough and I might consider doing it, but I wouldn't hold my breath. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will see you for Code Veronica X at some point. Bye!